From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
It's a week of Friday, May 12, 2017, and it's a Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and this week's show is brought to you by, very excited about this, HelloFresh.
HelloFresh?
HelloFresh is the meal kit delivery service that makes cooking fun, easy, and convenient. Each week, HelloFresh creates new, delicious recipes with step-by-step instructions designed to take around 30 minutes for everyone from novices to seasoned home cooks short on time. HelloFresh sources the freshest ingredients, measured to the exact quantities needed, so there's no food waste, and it's all delivered to your doorstep in a special insulated box for free. I am addicted to HelloFresh right now. And to the point that people are asking me if HelloFresh has sponsored my Instagram stories because I keep posting like, look, I'm making real food, people, and I know it's normal for other families and stuff, but this is a new experience for me. Actually creating stuff that's delicious.
With HelloFresh, do you ever get a sense that you just kind of want to freestyle a bit? Because I know they include...
No, I don't, because I'm not comfortable.
Let's just do another little bit of garlic, or
no,
you know what?
I can't do it. Like I trust the chef. And I'm going, okay, this is how they intended it, and I will follow their plan, like my spiritual life. Right now, HelloFresh is doing a special offer for Relevant Podcast listeners. You can go over to HelloFresh.com and use offer code Relevant30 to get $30 off your first week of deliveries. Just use Relevant30 at HelloFresh.com. The cool thing is, Co and I were hanging out last weekend and we were talking about HelloFresh, and I pulled the app out and we can go like 6 weeks out now, and you can like customize your box.
Yeah.
And so Cohen got to speak into the meals that are coming, and he's actually really excited. This week we're going to make pizza.
And dinosaur macaroni and cheese.
Nice.
One of the nights.
So fun.
Yeah. We made beef tacos the other night for Cinco de Mayo. So that was fun.
Happy Cinco de Mayo, by the way.
Thank you.
Big day for all of us.
Yeah. For all you Americans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm your host, Cameron, and here with me in our Orlando studios, Eddie Big Cat Koffoltz.
HelloFresh.
Over there on the ones and twos, our illustrious producer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
On the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
And from, I guess, calling us from Portland, Oregon today, Propaganda is sitting in as our guest host this week.
West.
West. Well, now, why are you up in Portland? You're normally an LA guy.
I am normally an LA guy, but we have a number of things we're taking care of that you and the public will know very, 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 very,
Is this
very
a
soon.
mafia thing? Is this
Cool.
It sounds like you're involved in something right now, Prop. Do you need our help?
Just
Do I need help?
Give
You
the
said-
code word if you need help. No one will know what it is, but give it.
Yeah, the code word is put me on the cover of Relevant.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Buddy. Yeah, I've been trying to get that code word. I can't. Listen,
Yeah, I know.
Prop, I want to say something to you. Our friend Joy never took me up on this, and I always told her this. In Portland, there is a place called Frank's Noodle House. Okay? They make
gosh.
No, Prop, don't. Oh, gosh, because I feel like you're already poo-pooing me. They make the best noodles, and they make it from scratch right there. It's really important to me that you go. Can you make that commitment?
I can make that commitment, but I need you to know this caveat with this is that my label is based in Portland, and these guys are Portlandologists. So I have to make sure that that statement reigns true with my Humble Beast fellas.
I hear that, and I respect Humble Beast deeply. I think, though, that they need to acquiesce to me on this point, that you need to go to Frank's Noodle House. And I am actually sponsored by Frank's.
Are you?
I am. It's
Body by Frank's Noodle House.
Yeah, Frank's Noodle House.
You actually that actually weakens your argument.
Yes, I am. They're paying me. They're paying me every time I mention them on the show. So anyhow, Frank's Noodle House.
Actually, I think as a friend of yours and wanting to fatten your pockets, I will go.
Thank you, Prop, and make sure to tag me in that Instagram.
Man, I would pay
Lord.
money for a Body by Frank's Noodle House shirt.
It really is. It is an incredible
Maybe
place.
check the new Relevant store. Maybe it'll be out.
There it is.
Gosh, there's only one made in an XL. I will buy it.
We have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, Kim Walker-Smith joins us in studio for a performance of 2 songs from her new album.
Is it Walker Dash Smith? I always forget.
She was Kim Walker, and then she married Skylar Smith. So she's Kim Walker-Smith. Also coming up on the show today, David Platt joins us. He has a new book out called Counterculture. So there you go.
That guy's awesome.
Seems right.
David Platt and Kim Walker-Smith. That's a stacked show.
That is a stack. That's 2 headliners for one show.
Kim Walker-Smith's husband, Skylar Smith, is the brand director of Jesus Culture up there in Sacramento. And he will be joining us along with a couple other guys, joining Jesse Prop and I in Montana in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, cool.
my annual Montana trip. This year, I got to invite my friends to go, and Prop's going. I invited you, Eddie. You said no.
Can't make it.
And Jesse is going.
Got their new noodle place opened up in town. I can't be bothered.
But
Noodle plans. Sorry. Yeah.
It was a sad. I forget what it is that's happening, but it was one of those things where it's like, oh gosh, I'm gonna look at the calendar, but I already know that date's familiar, and it was like, I think I'm like traveling for IJM or something.
Really.
I am very excited, but also very nervous about the Montana trip because I'm not, as people listen to this, I'm not the typical outdoorsman. And I feel like there's gonna be a lot of activities where a lot of these guys going are, you and Prop, and I looked at the list. Skylar, I don't know Skylar, but I'm assuming he's like everyone else on that list, a real man's man, and that's where I'm gonna be trying to go Bear Grylls out there. I've been boning up on the carcasses I can sleep in, the different types of animal parts that are edible and which berries will kill me and the rest of the campers.
Prop,
feel pretty equipped. I'm a little nervous.
Prop, when you think of what you're going to wear on this trip, are you just bringing what you got, or are you heading over to like Bass Pro and getting a pair of cargo shorts and one of those fishing shirts?
See, the problem with me is like, it would all be starting from scratch. So this would end up making me spend like thousands of dollars because I literally have nothing for outdoors.
Yeah.
That's why we don't go camping as a family. Because I'm like, my wife was like, yeah, let's go camping. But I'm like, you don't understand. There's nothing in the garage that we could use for that. So we'd all borrow it, or I'd have to go there and spend thousands and thousands of dollars. In which case, I'm like, let's just go to Maui if I'm going to spend thousands of dollars.
Thank you.
Thank
you. And you know what else Maui has that camping doesn't? Well, that's why I'm excited because to my knowledge, we're staying in cabins. But another reason I don't go camping, and I generally stay out of the outdoors unless I know I'm with people that know what they're doing. Camping, let's be real here, is terrifying. No one has ever had a good night's sleep camping. Everyone wakes up literally, like if you've ever gone camping, you're lying if you tell me you don't wake up like 15 times
Jesse,
a night.
I feel you. Me and you we're gonna be snow bunnies up there, just snuggled up because
terrified.
I feel like
I've already brought. Here's the thing. I don't think the guys have anything to worry about. If anything bad's gonna happen to anyone, it's gonna be because I accidentally shoot them with a brand new crossbow I bought. Say,
wow. I feel like this. Thousands and thousands of years ago, depending on how young your Earth is,
right?
But at some point in our ancient history, we decided it's not smart to live outside.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
So why would I digress as a species and go back to living outside?
You know what?
That don't make no sense to me.
Prop, that's an actual, like, I love camping, but I get your point because part of me is like, every time people are like, hey, let's go horseback riding. I'm like, have we not seen a car? I mean, the horses are the worst and they're so scary. Like, I think you've got a really fair point. That being said, I still really look forward to seeing pictures of you out there kind of traipsing around in whatever cool thing you wear and doing your very best.
Not only are we going to post cool pictures, I was realizing we're gone the entire week, Monday through Friday. 3 out of the 4 of us are going to be in the same location. So I'm going to bring the little portable recording gear and we're going to record a special Montana episode of the podcast in a couple weeks. And we're just going to record it out there. And then I'll drive into town and hopefully find some Wi-Fi somewhere and upload it.
What could go wrong?
I know, right?
Yeah. Drive into town, find some Wi-Fi, upload it, and also get me some help for the crossbow injury. Listen, I'd love it if you got a T1 line coming into the emergency room here. Also, the guy shot himself directly through the foot.
Some internet cafe, you're trying to upload like a 9 gig file to Dropbox, and they're like, you know what? How about not?
Yeah, you're in the middle of the Crow Indian Reservation. There's not really
could have just recorded 2 the week before, but okay, whatever you need to do.
Yeah, no, we're going to do it. We're going to try. We're going to fly close to the sun. We're going to see what happens. Like, we're going to record it on a Tuesday, and I'll drive into town on a Wednesday and hopefully upload it. Who knows?
Yeah, get Michael Smith on that show.
Yeah, get what?
Michael W. Smith or whatever his name is on that show. That guy you're going
Skylar
with.
Smith? Kim Walker Smith's husband?
Michael W. Smith.
Luke Skywalker? Whatever.
You know what? I'm also excited because Cameron Prop. I'm testing a little concoction I got where I can do flaming arrows. So should be pretty cool.
Hey, look on my Instagram. I posted a picture from last trip, or a slow-mo video of us skeet shooting, and I of course then put the soundtrack "Skeet Skeet Skeet" Lil Jon to it.
I think that's what the song's
That's what it's about. Clearly, what it's about.
Sure.
And but you'll see the setting.
Whoa!
You'll see the setting, Jesse. The lodge that we're staying at has like a cliff, and we just shoot stuff off the cliff. So if you brought flaming arrows, you'd be fine.
How's that
Okay,
sit
good,
with you
good.
guys? Are you looking forward to that, Jesse? You good with shooting stuff off the cliff?
Oh, dude. I mean, I feel like at this point, there's no point in me preparing. I'm just going to go out there and wing it. What's the worst that could happen if you arm me with weapons and fire and all kinds of fun, you know?
I'm prepared to be pretty much just like made fun of mercilessly because, yeah, like I went skeet shooting once. Have I hit anything ever in my life? No, right? Actually, I've been skeet shooting a number of times. I have never hit that clay thing ever in my life. You know when they set up the bottles down the road and you're supposed to shoot the bottle with the 6-shooter?
Yeah.
Have I ever hit it? Nah, right? I ain't never hit none of those things. I am probably going to bring healthy snacks.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's all kind of things. I'm going to be overly bundled up because I get cold very easy because I'm super thin.
You're really thin.
Yeah.
Yes, all definitions of sort of Western frontier manhoodness.
Yep.
I am completely not those things.
Prop, I find it interesting that you're bringing healthy snacks because I'm declaring right now I will be living off the land and will only eat things that died by my bare hands. And so, night one, there's going to be a lot of pressure on me to find an elk to fight to the death because otherwise I'm going to be hungry. I will be depleted of strength by day 2. So it's all the pressures on night 1.
So I mean, this is the whole fish out of water thing that's going on here is what I love about it. Because when I first went 3-4 years ago, I'd never shot a gun in my life. I'd never fly fished in my life. And the guy just said, "Do you want to come?" And I thought to myself when I got this email, well, Bob Goff says say yes to stuff. Okay. So I said yes, didn't know what I was getting myself into. And it's amazing. Like land and massive sky, seeing stars. I mean, it's unbelievable. So
yeah, I got the email and I was like, this is literally the whitest email I've ever received in my life.
It really is.
This is phenomenally white.
I'm very excited about how white the email was.
Yeah, it was too white for me.
I'm super excited though. I'm not going to lie. I am actually excited. And for that exact reason, I'm like, you know what? Why not?
Please just always remember, Prop, and I feel like you have this, but keep this little word in your back pocket, that no matter how fish out of water or uncool you feel there, you're still able to do spoken word and rap, which makes you infinitely cooler than any of us will ever be.
Yeah, that's absolutely
So just
true.
remember that. You're still the coolest person we know.
But so for listeners, think about this. So this will be 2 weeks from now. The episode 2 weeks from now will be the special Montana edition. Now, we will be arriving midday on Monday. Jesse may be coming in later Monday evening. I think you're trying to move your flight up.
Yeah, I'm working on getting it early.
So we will be there we will record on Tuesday. So we will be there for less than a day at the point of whatever you hear in 2 weeks. So if Jesse has, gone rogue
Right.
by the point we've recorded the podcast,
Well, on Friday, when the show finally comes out on Friday, it may start with like just me doing an intro of the show. Hey guys.
Hey, listen, on a serious note, there's a missing persons report.
Jesse goes total Lord of the Flies on us.
I wish we had like classical music right now because it
I
would just.
don't want to say we're presuming the worst, but it's been 4 days, and his chances are good. But anyway, we got a good campfire story coming up from Prop and Cameron.
oh man, it's gonna be fun. Making memories, man.
Yeah, man, I can't wait.
A special Friday in memoriam where we remember 3 great guys that were on the podcast.
Well, that's why we're leaving. That's why we're leaving you behind, because we can't all be there. Because what if we all died? You would keep the podcast going if we all died.
Can you imagine
at the hands of Jesse's mad elk?
Can you imagine how terrible that new show would be?
Jesse's mad elk that he didn't quite finish off, and it just sought revenge on us the rest of the week.
Yeah,
a half-eaten, very angry elk.
Yeah. And Prop is just yelling like, "I told you I shouldn't have come on this trip. I told you."
Thinking about my children, right, Lord.
I'm literally eating the elk as it comes back to life to murder me. Yeah. Oh, this was a terrible way for both of us.
There's nothing worse than zombie elk.
This is worst possible
zombie elk
scenario for
zombie
both you
elks.
and I. Yeah.
Hey, Chandler, will you mark that for the in memoriam episode that I have to do? Here's a joke from 2 weeks ago that Jesse told about the elk that ultimately ended up killing him. Go for it, Chandler.
Oh, man. Oh, I just can't wait to see. I can't, the other thing that's fascinating to me is like Jesse's facial hair situation. Like if he shaves in the morning, by dinner, he's got a full beard. What's going to happen over the course of 5 days? I've never seen anything like this. So,
no, but you got to come in.
And I already got a pretty mean one growing, and obviously I'm going to keep it for Montana because here's the thing: it's not going to take very long for the ruse to come down. That obviously I'm the weak link here. That I could be the one that brings the entire trip down and has like a helicopter come and rescue us for some reason. So at least I feel like if I have a beard, they presume I'm some sort of like lumberjack or something. But I got to keep the ruse as long as possible, or else they'll eject me from the camp immediately.
When Jesse said that, he didn't know how prophetic it would be. That indeed they would find him in the woods, full beard,
wearing the skin of an elk that was not dead, and later murdered him. A skinless, very angry elk that later murdered him.
If any of you see or hear from propaganda, he was last seen running west.
Have you guys? Okay. If my mind is
running to the coast,
Rob just
there's ocean somewhere over there.
All the way home from Montana. Cameron has a great time. I am Leonardo DiCaprio from The Revenant by Thursday.
The Revenant. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I'm outcast into the woods. And I fight multiple bears.
Right, yeah, he's totally upgraded himself.
I lose 3 bear fights during the week. I know that's going to happen.
I had you at Lord of the Flies, bro.
Lord of the Flies, yeah, he upgraded to the Revenant.
Real quick, I'm sorry, Cameron, I know we got to get into this, but I've said this before, and I'm just going to put it on the record, too. If something happens to me out there, I give you and Prop the permission to conduct a Viking funeral where you float me out on a lake or something, shoot flaming arrows. First one to get me gets all my stuff. I will it to you right now.
You just pit me and Cameron against each other?
Oh, man.
You can't do
contest.
that.
I'm floating out there. It's the honorable thing legally.
And a flaming arrow contest. Okay. Viking funerals. All right.
Winner gets all of my possessions, which at this point I've sold for the crossbow. So one of you guys are walking away with a sweet crossbow.
All right. Well, moving the show along, it's time for our weekly look back at what happened in culture and entertainment. It's time for
In Case You Missed It.
In case you missed it, this week, Brad Pitt. He's a up-and-coming actor. I don't know if you've heard of him. Brad Pitt, he opened up about his charismatic Christian upbringing.
Oh, yeah.
He appears on the cover of the newest issue of GQ and gave a surprisingly candid interview about family, faith, and sobriety.
Not that surprising.
Along with discussing his high-profile divorce. He was married? Who was he married to?
Right, exactly. It's like, what are we going to blame all this on? Okay, he yelled at a kid on a plane.
Yeah.
Christian upbringing.
Christian upbringing. So talking about his relationship with the kids and everything, he opened up about his Christian upbringing. He described growing up, quote, First Baptist, which is the cleaner, stricter by the book Christianity. And then he says when he was in high school, quote, his folks jumped to a more charismatic movement, which got into speaking in tongues and raising your hands and some goofy bleep. I'm not going to say what he said. Obviously, from the tone of the answer, it's clear he didn't embrace church. But when he asked And when asked about speaking in tongues and his own family, he said, I know they believe it. I know they're releasing something. God, we're complicated. We're complicated creatures. That's what he said. Pitt said that he was told that, quote, rock shows are the devil, but said that going to concerts almost helped him relate to the church experience. He said, I realized that the reverie and the joy and exuberance, even the aggression I was feeling at the rock show was the same thing at the revival. One is Jimmy Swaggart and one is Jerry Lee Lewis, you know? They were cousins, by the way. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
Jimmy Swaggart and Jerry Lee Lewis are cousins. Oh. Yeah, that's a deep cut Brad Pitt knowledge there. Good for him. Pitt also said that recently he's stopped drinking. He said, I had to step away for a minute, and truthfully, I could drink a Russian under the table with his own vodka. I was a professional. I was good. Don't want to live that way anymore. So there you
Isn't
go.
it interesting how many people in pop culture that you otherwise would have no idea that grew up probably in similar situations as a lot of us and our listeners, like had basically the same upbringing?
Yeah, Chris Martin, lead singer of Coldplay, his parents are leaders in the Vineyard worship movement in the UK.
Katy Perry?
Katy Perry, yeah.
And we talk about Oscar Isaacs going to Cornerstone. I mean, it's surprisingly prevalent how many people had like a charismatic or evangelical upbringing.
Yeah. In case you missed it, this week it came out that Stranger Things is taking an even darker turn in season 2. The new season of the Netflix hit show is going to have a slightly different tone than the more nostalgic kind of mystery whodunit thing of season 1. Yeah. Finn Wolfhard, who plays Mike on the show, explained to Emmy Magazine that the direction of the series will become, quote, a lot more horror-oriented, not horror-oriented, horror oriented.
That would be an interesting direction.
Again.
And that the new episodes would be a lot darker. Gatton Matarazzo, who played Dustin, explained that the characters are all now very emotionally scarred. That's what he said. Adding, they feel alone because their best friend is back and he's not acting like their best friend anymore. He's changed. And fittingly, the new season will drop on Halloween night.
My thing is, like, if you got a winning formula, why do you want to change it? Why is
I'm nervous about this. I think what we liked about the show was its nostalgia.
Yep.
Yeah. I will also say, and this is just kind of a meta comment about what's happening, I like that Prop is still new enough on the show that when you say something like you just said, he's like, whoa. Like, I don't know what the over-under is until he's done making those comments and just is like, these guys are animals. Yeah, this is just the kind of stuff they say, apparently.
No, it's a rural juror situation. I wanted to make sure I was enunciating for the listeners that the show will have more of a horror theme, not a horror theme.
No, I understand. You've always had a little bit of that little phrase, we've had to make that clear a few times. And I appreciate it.
It's like the word brewery. I have a hard time with the R sometimes.
Right. There's no shame in that.
I didn't want the listeners thinking that the Netflix series, nostalgic series, didn't take a dark turn, like more like Cinemax. It's not going that direction. Right. It's going...
Right. You're just informing.
That's all I'm trying to do.
Right. You're just delivering the news.
Just being clear.
I have another thing. I on one hand, I think, man, this might be a mistake, but on the other hand, I've always felt like there's the missing element in any of these, like, whether it's like superhero flicks or like world apocalypse flicks or even like Taken, is like the psychological damage that must happen if like the sky opens up and like aliens just like wreck downtown and then it happens again a year later. Like, how are these people just like, okay, you know, like I'm thinking, especially like the Taken series, I'm like, this kid got abducted, right? And then goes back on vacation and now her and her mama got abducted?
Right.
Why are y'all not cuckoo? Like, why are you guys not going through years and years and years of therapy to like? Well, I want to see a Marvel hero movie where it starts off with like an insurance adjuster, like sitting down with the guy who's like office building got ransacked because Superman flew through the window. You know what I'm saying? And he's just like, I can't stand by glass anymore. I can't stand by every time I see glass, I freak out. You know what I'm saying?
A different take on the Superman franchise. You're communicating with me why I'm so concerned about our Montana trip. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to get immediately lost, and it's going to be on the way from the van to the cabin, which is just the length of a driveway, and somehow become lost anyway. And I'm going to hear people off in the distance having fun and laughing and shooting skeet, while I am full Revenant mode out there just trying to survive another night. And that's what I'm going to live with that for the rest of my life. All my friends are having fun, and I'm out here, and I'm sleeping in pine straw, and I ate a turtle, and I don't feel great about it.
They're 5 feet away from us, and we're like, "What, Jesse? What are you doing, man? Like, there's a barbecue right here, bro. Like, we're."
Yeah, how did he get lost? He was literally walking down a paved sidewalk. Yeah.
Leave the elk alone.
Patties
Jesse.
on the grill right now. What are you doing?
What Jesse couldn't have known is that people weren't having fun. They were calling for him to come back. They were hoping that he would heed their warnings.
Oh, man.
Jesse, I'll miss you, buddy.
Completely confused as to why he's hunting an animal.
Right.
We're all standing there holding burgers.
Right.
Like, what are you?
Right.
What are you doing, man? Like,
They're like Bubba burgers. They're like unwrapped frozen ones. They're not even like freshly killed.
Right.
It's like, hey, we got plenty of these, man. We got a freezer full.
Yeah, and everybody.
In case you missed it, now God has made an appearance on Colbert. So last week, Jesus, quote unquote, came on the Colbert Show to feature a TED Talk. God, the Father, was on the show this week to discuss the controversial new executive order regarding religious liberty. So it's drawing criticism for laxing the enforcement of the Johnson Amendment, which prohibits churches from making political endorsements. Here's what, quote unquote, God had to say on Stephen Colbert.
Now, a lot of people are upset because they're afraid religion is going to have too much influence on politics. But I go to church, and here's the thing. I'm afraid it's going to get politics all over my religion. We don't want our churches to end up like Congress with all the Democrats sitting on one side of the pews and all the Republicans sitting on the other. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe God wants it this way.
No way, Stephen, no way.
What, God, is that you? Hey, it's God, everybody.
Yeah. Hi there. Hi, everybody. God is in the hizzy. Actually, I'm everywhere. I'm omnipresent. What are you going to do?
So God, you don't think churches should be more political?
Of course not. Politics just confuses me, Stephen. I mean, I was sure it was going to be Jeb.
So
that guy's a fountain. Come on, the guy's a fountain of charisma.
I understand. So you don't take an active role in elections?
No, I'm too busy deciding important things like football. You got to love that Tom Brady. They say man was made in God's image, but have you seen his cheekbones? I should be so lucky. I just don't like kale. That's weird.
So then how do you feel about Trump's executive order?
I'm not a big fan of executive orders. They don't work. I tried 10 of them once, and everybody's still coveting their neighbor's wife and taking my name in vain.
There you go.
Stephen Colbert got into a little bit of trouble last week, didn't he?
What did he do?
Yeah, he made that pretty intense joke about Donald Trump.
And now he's getting investigated by Trump's FCC.
Yeah, I'm not making any commentary on if the joke was wrong or not, but it was pretty crazy. It's like it's getting real for him.
Yep. Well, in case you missed it, Facebook is getting into the TV game with its own shows. The social platform will launch its own streaming programming to go head-to-head with Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu. According to a report from Business Insider, who spoke with sources with knowledge of the project, Facebook sees high-quality scripted video as an important feature to retain users. They've reportedly greenlit more than 20 new shows, some traditional big-budget TV shows, and some consisting of short-form viral content. There will even reportedly be a reality dating show featuring people going on virtual reality dates. I signed up for that. No, I didn't.
How'd it go? Did you win?
I didn't win, but I have a nice new Oculus as a consolation prize.
A little parting gift.
Yeah, the new shows could begin rolling out as soon as next month. We'll never know.
I mean, it's only a matter of time, right? Before one of the big networks caves or something. Like, we're heading into that, like, in our lifetime. ABC is going to be like, all right.
Well, the first one to go is going to be the CW. I mean, clearly.
Oh, I didn't even know that was still open.
I think they got like a show or two. I think they're kicking around.
Oh yeah.
But the
Fox.
other thing too is like, I mean, I get like the business impulse of okay, on demand programming is like it's the future is here. Like that's what everyone wants. But is anyone asking for this from Facebook? I mean, they have all the money in the world to spend, and they'll probably put out something decent. But look, I already have too many things to watch. I don't think the future is just more and more programming. Someone's going to figure out a better means of curation before it's just like. I don't need Facebook producing reality shows, and evidently, according to the report, they're going to pull in some. They didn't name names, but there's going to be some quote unquote like A-listers involved. But I just feel like there's already too many shows to watch. Why Facebook is not where I'm turning to watch new breaking shows.
Yeah, I don't go to Facebook for TV.
Right. I wonder though if it will be free content.
I would assume so.
Then I wonder if it'll be like what the regulation will be like. Will there be cursing on it? Will it be like? Right, it's hard to know.
We'll see. And lastly, in case you missed it, this week Chris Stapleton played The Tonight Show and showed why he's the world's coolest country artist. I don't even know if I call him country anymore.
Yeah,
His
same.
new album is like Otis Redding,
Like Southern rock.
meets. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Last week marked the release of the highly anticipated new album from Chris Stapleton. It's called From a Room Volume 1. And to mark the release, he played his single I Was Wrong on Fallon, and it was incredible. Here's a clip.
Girl, you know that I still love you.
I mean, this is almost
And you
Motown.
know that I'm so long. I don't know why I told you that I didn't need you. Can't you see that, baby? I was wrong.
That is not country music. I'm sorry.
No.
That is incredible, is what it is. So.
Okay,
Oh,
I've been.
he's amazing.
I'm obsessing over this guy. What was interesting about that performance is that two things. One is that it's just an old three-piece. Him, bass player, drummer.
Yeah.
But then there was another woman up there.
Yeah, his wife.
But she never sang a word.
Well, she usually does. She's part of the band.
She shook the shaker.
It's him and his wife. Well, that's right.
But what I'm saying is that if you are doing a single song,
I know what you're saying,
and the piano player
she's
isn't
out there for the
playing,
whole set, and she's not in that one song. She'll shake the shaker and hang out until the next song. But you're saying they walked up there for one song, and it's not a song you're in.
Right. Like I'm sure on tour they have a piano player, but they didn't need a piano on this song, so no thank you.
But she's part of the brand. They are
and
co-pilots.
that's his wife, bro.
Yeah, that's his wife.
Yeah,
Like, she's not gonna be.
You gotta tell her no. Hey, baby, sit this one out. Are you serious?
Yeah, that's a great
At
point.
least,
He's
at
like,
least give her like a saxophone to kind of walk around with. To be like, oh, is there a sax solo coming up? Oh, probably
I
edited
already-
for time, but I mean, obviously there's a saxophone part, right? I mean, she got a saxophone. That's
you
what I
know,
would have done.
Just give her a prop.
prop to your point. I think though, like it was probably already a tense moment because she's like, "Oh, what song are we doing on?
Oh, no.
What song are we doing on
Oh, no.
Fallon?"
Oh.
And he's like, "Oh, that whatever it's called." And she's like,
The song about you. It's the song about you. I
She's
still
like,
love you, babe.
I don't sing on that
Well,
one.
it's called. The song was called "I Was Wrong." So
Yeah, she's like-
She's
like,
I
are
like
you-
the idea that they didn't rehearse. They just walk out there and there's like a set list taped to the ground like they do a concert just with one song written on it. And she looks down in the last second. She's like, what do I say here? Just sway like an idiot? Thanks a lot for not telling me. You need to give me a saxophone to wear? Gosh, what am I going to do now?
Right. Or he doesn't tell her. He's like, she's like, I sing on 11 of the 12 songs on this album. I sing on the song that's a Willie Nelson cover. I sing everywhere, and this is the song. And he's like, girl, Jimmy,
I would have done it had I been in her shoes and I found out last minute. I walk out on stage and like, I don't have a part in this song. I would have walked over to the Roots area and just grabbed something cool
Trombone.
off of Questlove's drum set, like those little bells that you run the chimes, and then just had a real break in the song. I just go, that's not part of the song.
I don't know, Chris. But I do know performance, and I do know awkward moments when people have to sit out songs. And the universal answer for every artist at that moment is blame the label.
Oh yeah,
Easy. You stole the label under the bus. Hey,
I'm sorry,
babe,
girl. It's just a
they
single.
chose the song.
They want us to put it out.
That's why, guys. I always in the back of my car I carry a rain stick with me. You guys have a rain stick? You like turn them over. It sounds like it's raining for like 10 seconds. You know what I'm talking about?
yes, we know a rain stick, Jesse.
Okay. Here's why. Because
I like that he had to
literally, if
explain
I was
it.
pulled on stage at any point and I had the rain stick with me, I could do that at just any break in the song, and no one knows it wasn't
taking it to
intentional. I don't look
Montana?
like an idiot. And I look like the guy anticipating his big big rain stick moment.
Yeah, Jesse, you actually need to bring a rain stick to Montana. You can act like it's kind of like a hiking kind of stick, but it'd be good for the fire, the campfires.
Dana's like, how many carry-ons are you bringing? Because they're not free anymore. It's like, well, I got my bag, I got the big crossbow case, can't carry that on legally, and then I got this extra wide road case for the rain stick. I do not want to get another one of those broken on the floor. So four carry-ons.
Please don't embarrass us when we
I
meet
got
the
4
native
carry-ons,
tribe.
2 of them are rain sticks.
Or you're just walking into the lodge and someone's like, "Oh, Mr. Carey, I'll take your bag," and he picks it up, and all of a sudden it's just like, what on earth? He's like, "Yeah, it's only rain sticks."
Yeah, listen, my bags are over there. It's the big duffel, and those 3 are all 3 rain sticks. So if you could just bring that to the room, that'd be helpful. They're pretty heavy. I've been lugging them around all day.
Oh, man. All right, well, that'll do it for In Case You Missed It. Stay tuned. Up next, Slices.
Said it doesn't matter where I go, I am calling all the poets in the battle. I am shout it to the world, let them know that we won't be afraid to step into the fight when we can't see the light. So close your eyes, we're gonna run this fight. We live our lives, yeah, we're not wasting time. Baby, we lost our minds. We're gonna get what we can. But we're not doing it for the money, doing it for the money, doing it for the money, doing it for the money.
You're listening to Foster the People. Oh, the song is Doing It for the Money. At the beginning of the podcast, you heard Jesse's favorite band, Weezer.
Oh, he
with
loves
their
them.
song Feels Like Summer, because it's like summer, because I was out on the boat this weekend and it was a beautiful warm day and it felt like summer, and Weezer sings about that. So there you go. Perfect. Okay, it's time for Slices. What do you have, Jesse?
All right, well, I got to admit that I'm not one big on like the art scene, like the high art scene. I know, Cameron,
We
go
know.
to, it's Basel, right, in Miami?
Yeah, our Basil every December.
Yeah, so I would go and I would have no idea what I'm looking at, and I actually have like a lot of questions about the art world. And this story that I'm bringing you today from Scotland actually proves my point to a degree. So there's like a fine art museum or it was like a fine art exhibit at a university in Scotland. And one of the students there was looking at all this modern art, and he kind of had the same thoughts that I did. That's like, look, I got to be honest with you, I don't know what's artistic about some of this stuff. So he saw like an open table that had nothing displayed on it yet. So he decided to do a little experiment, and just as a joke, for some reason he had like a pineapple, like the fruit, and he placed the pineapple on the display. He left and kind of forgot about it. He returned with some friends a couple days later, and the museum had a custom-fitted glass case placed over top.
What?
They put it under glass. Yeah, I saw the picture. It's crazy.
They literally put the pineapple under glass. And so, he went on and this made a lot of news. He told a newspaper that he says, I don't know what basically, I don't know what it's supposed to represent. Maybe it decays over time and represents the inevitable breakdown of all of life. Like you could literally apply whatever you want to this pineapple because it's not art. It's just a pineapple. But I thought it was funny because it says something about the art world, but it also kind of like speaks to something that I've always wanted to do, which is I see like I've brought this point up before, where it's not only like museums where I just want to walk in and hang some of my own work, which, I have plenty of. I also I've always wanted to go into like a Bennigan's or a TGI Fridays where they got the tchotchkes all over the wall. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I want to hang a picture of myself, black and white, fishing. See how long it lasts up there. I want to get rid of a bunch of old sporting goods I have in my garage. Just hang them all over the wall. Just see how they last there. But I want to take it one step further too. I want to start displaying some of my own goods in grocery stores and Best Buys, and see if anyone mistakes them for merchandise. And if they do, I think I should get the sale. Like I have some. I think what this guy is proving to me is that the world, every store is just a guerrilla flea market for my own devices.
Yeah, well, I was saying you can just have a booth at a flea market if you have things you want to sell. I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah, but that
requires
me to go to the flea market and set up a booth and all that. I want to go and set up my rocket rollerblades at the end of the aisle at a Best Buy. And I want my own VR headset that I've invented. That's like 15 iPads that you put your head into, and it costs $13,000. I want to put that in a Best Buy. And just sit it there. And if someone wants to buy it, I'll be waiting for them. I like what this guy is doing because we're told what's art, what is actual merchandise, what is quote unquote fraud.
What is actual?
But you know what though? You know what, Jesse? You're on to something. Like, so I was an art major in college, like illustration and intercultural studies, and in some of our art history classes, at one point, one of my professors pointed this out. She was like, okay, in many like sub-Saharan African like countries and tribes, there's no word for art. In many Native American communities or Native American tongues, there's no word for art. So when you think about when you go into a museum of Native American art, like ancient Native American art, that's a bowl on the wall. It's a spoon, a fork, a blanket,
to it.
A teepee. Like so if you imagine like getting in a time machine and coming into an exhibit and you're like, hey, why are the bowls on the wall? Like, what are you doing? So there is this like line in art of like function, context, and aesthetics. Like, why is this on the wall? And like African mask, like some of the masks from tribes and stuff like that. Like, no, those were functions. We use this for worship. Like, why is it on the wall?
Yeah, it's like is the concept of like art sort of like a modern construct, basically.
Well, I mean, that was when Banksy was coming up. That's kind of how he got known, was that he would go into like the British Museum and stuff and like hang ridiculous things on the wall with the little white, definition explanation kind of thing next to it, and see how long it would last, and like it would last several days sometimes. Yeah, like in the British Museum, like they didn't even notice. So, what is art? Yeah. All right. What do you have, Eddie?
Well, I just put down the phone. I'm not reading this. I'm going to give you what I got from memory, and the rest of it, you're just going to have to comment on Twitter and correct me on, because I don't have time to read. So John Oliver this week did a kind of on his show, he spends about 2/3 of the time on a single issue, and he talked about net neutrality. And I didn't really understand net neutrality, which is, I guess, why he would bring it up on his show, because, he knows that some dumb guys watching in Orlando, but learned a lot about net neutrality and just kind of the overall premise of what the problem is. In case you don't know, the general issue is that if you connect to the internet, you are connecting through a company, and they are trying to make sure, there is the idea of net neutrality is that these companies can't control or throttle any of the information that you get. The example that they brought up on the show is like if you subscribe to Comcast, Comcast couldn't throttle Netflix because Comcast has NBC, and you could get NBC content great, but the Netflix stuff will either look terrible or you'd be denied access to it. They would remain neutral. The internet,
or you would pay a higher fee. It would be essentially like an increased. It would be like a consumer tax,
a Netflix tax sort of a thing.
That's right. Yeah. And so the idea of pure net neutrality is that, and that was just obviously probably the dumber of all examples, but it's the one that like I understood.
Well, in this era of consolidation, I mean, think about it. AT&T's buying DirecTV. It's, I mean, a lot of these providers of services like internet connections are also creating platforms, and the idea that they would be able to move their business toward their own offerings and away from a competitor is actually a major, kind of economic issue.
Right. It is.
Yeah.
And a kind of a liberty issue, because it's not like I care about watching second season of Stranger Things, but in terms of keeping open access to the flow of information.
You don't like the horror direction it's going.
Yeah.
But I do like the horror direction that it's going. So anyhow, so he kind of talked about this and kind of gave an overview of it. But at the end of the show, he kind of talked about, and it was, I would Well, yeah, watch it. It was funny. But he gave a website out that they made that kind of that helped navigate the way to give feedback about the net neutrality conversation that's happening. And part of the joke was that it's so difficult to navigate how to get the feedback. They're trying to intentionally block people. So he created a funny website that I don't know that I can say on the show, but it was pretty funny, website that helped kind of navigate that. So within an hour of the show airing, the FCC site went down, and they said they crashed the FCC site.
What?
So, but it hasn't been back up. Well, we're recording the show, whatever today is, Tuesday. I just went to it. It's still not up.
This is the actual FCC's website.
This is the actual FCC site. So you can't go, the FCC site that you're supposed to give feedback on John Oliver's segment and basically do what John Oliver asked you to do is still down. They're saying the usage is overwhelming, but there is an organization out there that is like an internet watchdog that is saying that the FCC purposefully took down that website immediately so that people could not give feedback. So I'm interested to see where this goes, and I'm interested.
That's heartbreaking.
It is kind of crazy, isn't it? It may just be the website's genuinely down and they never thought that this little weird corner of their website would get, millions of people. Yeah. And John Oliver's folks have a way of being persuasive and
this is in the news now because a year ago or so, the previous administration passed protections that prohibit companies from being able to do this.
Right.
And this past week, President Trump signed an executive order repealing most of those protections.
Yeah.
The other issue is the protections essentially view internet usage as a utility, as something that is an essential thing for people to have access to, just like other utilities. So what this executive order presumes is that in effect, that the internet isn't essential. And there's actually been lawmakers who said, people can live without the internet. But it goes to show how out of touch some lawmakers are that support this legislation, because obviously anyone who lives in the modern era and is probably downloaded this podcast probably relies pretty heavily on the internet, and to have arbitrary cost added for services like podcasts could be a major barrier.
Right.
To not just getting the entertainment you want, but depending on what you do for a living, it could also make that a lot more difficult.
Oh, man, I could not do my work at IJM without the internet. When it goes down, we all just stop because we're connected all over the globe via the internet to do what we do. But yeah, so I thought that was very interesting.
What do you have, Prop?
Well, first of all, I thought all the slices were supposed to be funny. That's not funny.
I know. Every once in a while, I bring one that's
why
funny.
We're sandwiching it in the middle so we can end on a high note, like a smile.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember a few weeks back, I think it was one of my first ones, they were talking about coffee shops that, you guys were talking about coffee shops that offered spaces to take naps.
That's right.
Yep.
Which I still think is brilliant. I still believe that naps are wasted on kindergartners, that college
they're wasted on the only portion of the population that doesn't want them. No kindergartner wants to take a nap.
Yeah, but you know who wants to take naps? Parents.
Me right now, I could fall asleep right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If there was a way, if there was a place I could go to during the day that was legitimately so that I can actually sleep, not sleep with the fear that my daughter might wake up, not sleep with the fear that I'm missing an email or somehow or another I'm being not productive, because that's what goes in the back of my head, that I'm there's something I should be doing right now, but I'm too exhausted to do it, so I better take a nap so that I can do what I'm supposed to do. But what if the nap was what I was supposed to do? What if the nap was the goal?
Yeah.
Tell me more, propaganda.
David Lloyd Clubs.
David Lloyd Clubs?
Entered this thing, yes, in the UK called Nappersize.
Ooh.
It is a gym. Follow me. A gym that is designed for napping. Because the greatest thing you could do for your body sometimes is not lift a weight, is not run, is not burn calories by action. It's burn calories by sleeping.
Prop, you had
Here's
me.
the thing. 86% of parents admit to regularly suffering from fatigue, which is alarmingly high when you consider the important role of getting a good night's sleep in your overall mental and physical well-being. We have a rule in our house. This is like for real. I have a rule in my house when we travel, or when I travel for work. Because I used to try to come home and be a Superman, take the red-eye flight home, get there as soon as possible, take my kids out to like the park, go to dinner with my wife, and I would get there and it would be a disaster because I was exhausted. I'm snapping at my daughter over really silly stuff that me and my wife fight the whole time, and it's because I'm exhausted. So now, here's the rule. Take the later flight, go home, and take a nap. And my wife will have the children. They're going to go somewhere. They're going to go shop, whatever the case they're going to be. They're not going to be home when I get home. So that when they get there, I'm so happy to see them. I'm well rested. We don't fight. It's a great time.
I was going to say, you know what the beauty of calling the napping place a gym is, like, no one's going to get mad at you. Like, if you told your significant other, like, hey, listen, I'm going to the gym, no one's going to get mad at you. Like, you're bettering yourself, you know? But if you say,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Listen, I'm going to take a nap,
that's what, like, this is brilliant.
This guy's brilliant. He called it a gym because it's a no-guilt situation. You know, it's like, hey, what'd you do at lunch today?
That's what I love about it.
Good for you, man. If you said, hey, what'd you do for lunch today? Oh, I went and took a nap. You're like, you lazy bum. Like, that's not socially acceptable.
I went to work out.
Yeah.
Problem is, you come home and you got like a pillow crease down the side of your face, and your hair's all matted to one side, and they're like, "Where'd
what
you
are you
go?"
talking about?
Like,
I just burnt 75 calories. I just burnt 75 calories. I have a better psychology. My mental health, my total well-being was much better. I think I did a great thing for our family by going to take a nap at the gym.
So do you pay for a membership and go there? Because otherwise, why don't you just get a hotel room, you know?
Yo, listen. So the genius on the branding is wonderful, and the genius on the capitalism is just like, it's off the charts. Yeah, you got to pay for a membership.
That's great.
I love this guy.
I think this is
I love this guy.
Beautiful idea and a brilliant rebranding of a hotel. Right? Because essentially what this guy has created is...
I want this guy to be my business manager.
Kind of a hostel.
I want to be my business manager.
More of a hostel.
Or it's like even worse. It's like one of those like by the hour hotels.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of like they have on those Netflix shows, you know.
Oh no!
My favorite line in the end of this article, it says, critics, however, have questioned why someone would opt to pay for a cat nap when they could catch these for free at home.
Sometimes you got to get out of the house.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel like you're going to do something.
Here's my answer to that. You ain't got kids.
They don't have kids.
Yeah.
I looked at my Fitbit today. My Fitbit today said you are getting an average of 2 hours less sleep than other people your age. And I'm like, I know, man. I know.
I know Fitbit.
I have been tired for a long time.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks
bro.
Fitbit.
You know what? Yeah. Nerd robot. You know what else I think? I also think what oftentimes stops me from napping is I have to walk by the kitchen to get to my bed. And I just look at that pile of dishes and I'm like, somebody has to wash that.
Yeah.
And then I have to walk by the kitchen. Then there's a bathroom and I'm like, God, dog, somebody needs to clean that bathroom. And then I have to walk by my daughter's room and I'm like, dang it, she still has clothes on the floor.
Yeah.
And then I get to my room and I'm like, hey, I wonder what movie's on.
Yeah.
And now the nap's gone.
Yeah, you're smoked.
Yeah, the nap window closed. Well, that's the beauty of the nap gym. You know,
exactly.
The napping distractions. That's the problem with naps. There's so many distractions.
Distractionless napping.
Yeah.
They have solved the problem that we knew we had.
Yeah,
which is just brilliant.
Hey, before we get outside, can I tell a really quick story to something that happened to me that I've been milling around in the noodle for the last couple days? So I went to, my whole family went to bed early the other night, speaking of naps and going to bed. And so I rode my bike to a little neighborhood establishment to eat some pizza and to watch some basketball. I was sitting there and I ended up chatting with some dudes that were sitting there as well, watching basketball. And these were guys who lived in my neighborhood. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be friends with these guys. Like, I can tell. And they were real men. I could tell that too. Like they were way cooler and more manly than me, you know? So I went there and I met these guys and they were talking about building stuff in their houses and construction. I was acting like I can relate. Like, I got cool manly stuff too at my house. I have nothing manly to do at my house. Like, and that's a gender thing. I would say nothing difficult that involves physical labor. I can't do it. They were talking about their cool projects. I was just lying about cool stuff at my house. Just kind of fit in with the guys.
You're like, I make podcasts.
So I go home that night and I'm like thinking about these cool dudes that I met. I'm like, we're probably gonna be buddies, probably gonna hang out pretty soon. And the next day is like neighborhood yard sale day. And I'm not participating. I all my tchotchkes are now hanging up at a Bennigan's. And so I'm riding out of the neighborhood in my car. And I'm not even thinking about the night prior where I met these dudes. And I'm riding through all these garage sales, and right in the middle of one of the yards is a gigantic, I'm talking like 6 foot tall unicycle, right?
Oh.
A giant unicycle. And I'm like, dude, I've got to own that. It's at the yard sale. It's probably like $10. I have cash in my pocket right now. So, I mean, how often do you see a huge unicycle, just sitting there for sale?
So this isn't a penny farthing like the old-timey bikes. This is a straight-up one-wheeled unicycle.
I thought, how cool would it be if I bought this unicycle, right? This is what I had it played out in my mind. And I would call them and be like, hey, listen, I'm running late. I had to run an errand. And I would practice for a minute down the street. I'd be like, hey, babe, come on out. I need help with the groceries. And I come riding down the street. It's your boy on a unicycle. That's how it's playing out in my mind. I'm like, dude, this is going to be awesome. This is going to blow her mind. Get the kids outside. Daddy's coming down the street in a unicycle. In my mind, it's like, I'm going to learn to ride this in like 15 minutes just to get to the end of the street. It's going to be so tight. Like, I can't believe this is happening to me. That's what it's playing in my mind. Okay? I'm like, dude, this is like a unicycle? Come on, get out of here. I got to own it. So I pull up. So I'm like, all right. And I see people kind of milling around, like in the driveway section of the house where the unicycle is. And I'm like, I'm going to pull around. It's going to be a little weird because they saw me creep by real slow, checking out that unicycle, Yeah. But I'm like, I got to pull around. And get this unicycle. It's going to be so funny. So I pull up in front of the house and I park it and I haven't turned my car off yet. And the guy walks around the corner. So, who's this guy that's been driving around my house, like creeping by, looking at the unicycle? He's got kind of a concerned look on his face. It's one of the cool dudes that I met at the bar the night before. One of my future manly buddies. Yeah. And he's like looking at me like, huh? I panicked because I didn't want him to know I'm a goofy unicycle guy. I thought in my mind, I was like, I'm a cool construction dude. Like, I do stuff in my house. Not the kind of guy who buys a unicycle and learns to ride it right there in front of his house and asks tips from him so I can ride it in front of my house and impress my wife and kids. And I panicked and I just gunned it out of there. And he's looking at me and his arms go up like, what are you doing? And I hope he didn't recognize me. He definitely recognized me. Now we're not going to be friends anymore. All because of stupid unicycle.
Oh, man. So you didn't even go to get the unicycle because you were embarrassed about asking?
I was embarrassed, but now I'm more embarrassed because he knows I wanted the unicycle. And now, so I've ruined. Okay, here's the thing: I've ruined the relationship because now I'm still goofy unicycle. He knows why I stopped. It was it was prominently displayed in his yard. Okay, he knows I stopped for the unicycle. Yeah, he
maybe
knows
it's his daughter's unicycle
then
or
he
something.
knows that I made eye contact with him, and we had just talked the night before. And for some reason, I panicked and peeled out of there without saying hello to him. And so not only is the relationship with this cool dude messed up, now the unicycle's gone too. It's all slipped. It was just a terrible chain of events, and I've been replaying it in my mind, and I deeply regret all of it.
Back to the night before. Hadn't you already had dinner with your family, and then you went to go get pizza?
But the game's on, so he wants to go get pizza.
You're just going to get another meal?
Yeah. It's Jesse.
I mean, it was a couple hours later, and I knew the next day was garage sale day, and I probably stumbled on something cool that I needed the extra carbs for.
You have an interesting whole life.
But I've been thinking about that unicycle, of literally thinking about it for days, and I'm like, the relationship's destroyed at this point. I might as well go knock on the door and get that thing.
I'm really bothered that the thought didn't cross your mind that if the unicycle was in his possession, then that mean at some point he bought a unicycle. So why do you think?
Kids. I'm thinking it was one of. Well, again, he's probably got a cool unicycle story. It might have been his. Maybe he was in the circus or something. I don't know. He's probably got a cool story. But I don't know why. I never get weird in social circumstances.
Continue the lying you was doing yesterday.
Jesse, just go on Craigslist, man. I just went on Craigslist and I can go get a unicycle down the street for $15.
15? Okay, I'm sold. I'm going to get a unicycle and I'm going to learn to ride it. I'm going to ride by his house. Here's what I'm going to do. This is real talk.
Wait, maybe he'll like still have his and then he'll join you. You have a little unicycle gang.
Cameron, you just figure out the solution where I can make this whole situation go away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. And here's the thing. All you got to do, I mean, if you are already in the business of lying, all you got to do is say, hey, dude, sorry, that was weird yesterday. I was on my way to pick up this unicycle because, like, man, I was looking for one for a number of reasons. Anyway, I got this phone call that I had to really go take care of. That's why I floored it like that. But like, yo, don't think anything weird, bro. I'm so sorry. I just got so much important stuff I got to do.
Now you got a unicycle buddy, Jesse.
I know.
I'm happy for you.
You know, this is all going to work out. I'm going to get on Craigslist and I'll have part 2 of this story. You know, I can't let a neighborhood relationship
I do think it's funny that you were like going to try and learn it and then impress your kids with it as a surprise.
I was figuring, look, if someone's selling the unicycle, the person knows how to ride it. You know, like he could give me a quick little tutorial if I slide him an extra buck or two. You know, like,
That's true.
What's the key on this thing?
That's true. Hey, before we get out of slices, we have some big news. This past week, you know, as we told you on the last episode, and we've been talking about for a couple weeks, we launched the Relevant Podcast Network. Shauna Niequist podcast, her first episode with Tish Oxenreider. You heard a little bit of it last week on the show. It debuted.
Our show is great.
And debuted at number 1 in the Christian category at iTunes and like number 15 overall, top 200 last night. I was checking it. She's number 15 podcast in the world right now. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And guess what, folks? Propaganda is the next podcast that we're debuting. It's the Red Couch podcast with Propaganda and Alma, and it is debuting next week. So what we're going to do is I wanted Prop to kind of tell you guys about it today, and then next week on the podcast we'll play part of their first episode as well. It's debuting on Wednesday, May 17th. Prop, tell us a little bit about the Red Couch podcast.
Well, first of all, like, I'm super excited about it. It's something me and my wife have kind of been thinking about how we were going to really think about, like, how we were going to like do more things together. And just
so you're not going to
like,
buy unicycles is what you're saying.
Yeah, no, unicycles. Right. Yeah. So when you guys approach,
to each his own, but
totally. I mean, to each his own.
Wait, hold on, Prop. This isn't about unicycles? Cameron, I thought this was a unicycle thing. Prop, we'll circle back on this. I can't have some unicycle theme branding that I literally have no idea.
Wow.
A unicycle podcast.
The Red Unicycle.
I would totally listen to a unicycle themed podcast.
I think you are.
Yeah, so I'm describing the unicycle right now. It appears to only have one wheel, so I have no idea how the heck I'm supposed to ride this thing. But.
Series done. But yeah, we just really wanted to find, like, when Cameron approached me first with the idea, I had like I was paralyzed because there was too many options. Just like, hey, what do you want the podcast to be about? They're like, oh yeah, whatever you want. Jesse goes like, pretty much whatever you want. And I was like, oh my God. Right. So it's like too many ideas. But then I started thinking about, like, actually Jay Gibbons was the one that said, hey dude, you should brand your couch. So we were like, that's actually not a bad idea. So, like, truthfully, every morning, my wife and I, we sit down, every morning that I'm home, at least, we sit down and we just kind of like catch up and debrief and just talk about like the world, politics, ratchetness, a little bit of everything. Everything gets covered in this conversation. So our thought was like, why don't we just like invite everybody else into this conversation?
Love it.
Like, it's you guys just talking about whatever is on, like, most important to you in that moment?
No, yeah. So we're talking about other things. We tried to break it down into 5 sections. So we have what we call hood politics, because I have this deep belief that you can understand federal and international politics if you just understand gang life. It's really that simple. I've always said it's just gang banging, right? So I can make this make sense to you. Right. So we want to like share this like world understanding of geopolitics by just like, it's just hood. You know, we have this other part that we're calling the Explore tab, which is just us being as ratchet as we actually are, because we are from the hood. And then we have the Resistance section, which has to do with like justice, equality, racial issues, the things that like clearly both of us are passionate about. Then we have the Hey, how's your heart section that we're calling Pastor Skip, because that's the way Pastor Skip talks. Hey, how's your heart? And that has to do with being a couple, sort of our spiritual life, our relational life, what it has to do with having kids and stuff like that, which is, like I said, these are the things we talk about in the morning, right? And then lastly, we're having what's called Alma's vocabulary list, which, you know, now you have a PhD friend and she can blow your mind and you can feel as dumb as I do when I sit next to her talking about things.
Yeah, because she's like,
I was going to say real quick, talk about your co-host and her wife, because Prof, I love hearing your take on thing, but you have a brilliant co-host sitting in.
Man, so like my wife's a first generation Mexican woman. She's not like, she's the first in her family to like graduate high school, let alone college, right? All the way to a PhD. And in educational policy and social context, like she's written journals that have been read at the Supreme Court. Like she's just a brilliant person and she's hilarious. And there's so many things that, since Spanish is her first language, there's so many just regular like colloquialisms that are like, just like normal, just American sayings that she gets wrong because Spanish is her first language. So to have someone who can drop words like double lapsarianism and Vygotsky reports of constructivism, but will say things like, yeah, man, I was doing this great thing and then everything went great and then it was all downhill from there. And I'm like, wait, everything failed? And she goes, No, it got better. It all went downhill. And I'm like, wait, what? And I'm like, no, that means it got bad. Like everything. She goes, wait, no.
It should be easier.
No, it got easier because I'm going downhill. And I'm like, that actually makes perfect sense, but that's just not how the saying goes. And she's like, no, you're tripping, Jason. And I'm like, no, I'm not tripping. Like, I'm trying to tell you that's how the saying goes.
That's funny.
Because, yeah. So just those funny interactions where I'm talking to someone who's literally the smartest person for like a 10-mile radius is still wants to like talk to me about like Kardashians. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just the funnest thing.
I like her.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this, man. This is going to be great.
So we put up a trailer of Shauna's show and of Prop's show at the same time last week, and they were the number 1 and number 2 podcasts in the category.
Yes.
And before they even debuted, so we are excited, and the audience is excited as well. So again, it debuts Wednesday, May 17th. On next week's show, we will play a clip of the debut episode.
Hey.
Prop man, we're excited. We're excited to do this with you, and we can't wait to see what happens.
Hey man, I'm like excited for the world. This is gonna be great.
Yeah. Hey, well, Prop is actually in Portland because he's recording, or he's working on some top secret stuff, and he has to bounce. We have some great segments still coming up for you, but Prop has to take off, so we just want to give you a chance to say bye now. There you go.
Love you.
All right, see you, man. Okay, stay tuned. Up next, Kim Walker-Smith joins us.
I've been on the low, I've been taking my time. I feel like I'm out of my mind. It feel like my life ain't mine. Who can relate? Woo! I've been on the low, I've been taking my time. I feel like I'm out of my mind. It feel like my life ain't mine. I want you to be alive. I want you to be alive. You don't gotta die today. You don't gotta die. I want you to be alive. I want you to be alive. You don't gotta die. Now let me tell you why.
It's the very first breath when your head's been drowning underwater. And it's the lightness in the air when you're there chest to chest with the lover. It's holding on though the road's long and seeing light in the darkest things. And when you stare at your reflection, finding out who it is, I know that you'll thank God you.
You're listening to Logic featuring Alicia Cara and Khalid. The song is 1-800-273-8255. No kidding. It's just a phone number. That's the name of the song.
All right.
Yeah, great new. The first track on Logic's album is like Holy Ghost or Hallelujah, and it's like all this like we are made in the image of God, blah blah, blah beep beep, and then like it's all. I was gonna play that one because I was like Hallelujah, oh, cool Christian. Nope, I literally was listening. There's a clean version. But all the beeps, but like I couldn't find a 30-second chunk that wasn't a ton of bleeps, you know. So, hallelujah, we're made in the image of God. There you go. Well, this week's featured guest is brought to you by Storyworth. Everyone has a family member who tells the best stories, like anecdotes from their childhood or tales passed down from generations. They're timeless, and now they're easier than ever to preserve thanks to Storyworth. So what Storyworth does is they safeguard your narrative so that future generations can enjoy them, and they bring families together as they get to know each other better. So what you do is you purchase a subscription for someone you love, and each week Storyworth will send them an email with a question about their life. So they reply with their story, so either via phone or email, and then after a year, their stories are bound into a beautiful keepsake book. All the stories are kept private. They're only shared with the family that you choose. It's a great way to bridge geographic distance between families or even just simply learn more about your relatives. And here's the deal. It makes a great gift for Mother's Day or Father's Day. Storyworth.
I've seen this. It's cool.
Yeah. So I'm just calling it now. I'm getting this for Dad for Father's Day. You can't claim it. I mean, this is like seriously his love language. This is crazy. Right now, Storyworth is offering a special offer for Relevant Podcast listeners. You can get $20 off your Storyworth subscription just by visiting storyworth.com/relevant. That's storyworth.com/relevant. There you go. And you can send my dad a Father's Day present. Storyworth. I'm telling you.
And Mother's Day, is right here too. So for last minute gifts ideas, this is.
Oh yeah. Because if you're listening to this on Friday night, Saturday, right before Mother's Day, and oh no, I didn't get her something. Boom, go online, storyworth.com/relevant, and just email her. Her present.
Yeah, she'll be happy about it.
Yeah, seriously, this is going to be a lot of people that are like, oh, this is the solution. Last minute, go right there. We got you covered.
Well, Kim Walker-Smith is a singer and worship leader, best known for her powerful vocals and her work with the Jesus Culture Band. Last week, she released her 4th solo album, On My Side, which debuted at #1 on Billboard's Christian music charts. Last week, Kim came to the Relevant Studio to perform a couple of songs from the album and then also talk about her inspiration for them. Here is Kim Walker-Smith.
This song is called On My Side, and this is the title track of my album. And this song is all about the season and the journey that I've walked through with the Lord the last few years, and the one thing that has resonated through every hardship, every trial, every difficulty is that He is on my side, that He is there with me in the midst of the storm, in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of not being able to feel or see or hear and kind of wondering and wrestling through things. And this song is just all about that promise of Him being with us, never leaving us, never forsaking us. In the front lines, you fight for me. Oh, your kindness is my shield. When the armies rise and I am scared, my heart you will defend. You are on my side. You go before me. You stand behind. You tell my fear to run. Always and forever I am loved. You are on my side. Oh, you are on my side. Oh, in the tragedy. You grieve with me. Your comfort is my song. In my wandering, you're still rescuing. You will never, never give up. You are on my side. You go before me. You stand behind. You tell my fear to run. Always and forever I am loved. You are on my side. Oh, you are on my side. Oh, you are on my side. You were on my side. When I couldn't see, when I couldn't feel, when the pain was real, you were on my side. You were on my side. When you saved me from my heart of stone, you who woke these bones, you were on my side. You were on my side. Nothing on this earth could ever separate me from your love. Oh, you are on my side. You go before me. You stand behind. You tell my fear to run. Always and forever I am loved. Oh, you are on my side. You go before me. You stand behind. You tell my fear to run. Always and forever I am loved. You are on my side. Oh, you are on my side. Oh.
That was Kim Walker-Smith. Stay tuned. Up next, David Platt.
But just know that I want you back. Just know that I want you back. Just know that I want you. I'll take the fall and the fault, and I'll give you all the love I never gave before I left you. Just know that I want you back. Just know that I want you back. Just know that I want you. I'll take the fall and the fault, and I'll give you all the love I never gave before I left you.
You're listening to Heim.
It's hard to hear it.
The song is "Want You Back."
Yeah, long awaited. They're part of the T Swift squad too.
Are we sure? Are we sure they're still in good graces?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
that's a long time to be in T Swift squad.
It's true.
I'll say this: I've been trying to break in that squad for years. I know for a fact. I know for a fact they don't have a unicycle guy.
They need one.
Every squad has two dudes that are essential. One is a guy who wears a fedora and a bowling shirt.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
He just, he's the one that if you need something done, he'll do it. You know, like he's kind of the wild card type of guy. He's the fall guy. Bowling shirt, fedora, and then you got unicycle guy who's just kind of mixing it up and cool to have. So
you know what?
I don't know. I'm just.
I bet unicycle guy also hacky sacks. I bet he can probably juggle on demand.
Exactly. I mean, he's got like 7 fidget spinners that he's always got on every finger. It's pretty cool cat. In other words, pretty cool guy.
I'm wondering if when we're up in Billings, we'll have some time on our hands. I wonder if we can pick up a unicycle of the Craigslist up there and just, you can tinker around with it, kind of get it going. And then we can leave it there for future people to enjoy. We can leave it there at the lodge.
I don't know what their lumber situation, but I'd like to get a little ramp or something. Let's up the stakes on this.
Up the stakes.
And mark that as well.
For the memorial?
Yeah. Make sure you
Cameron,
got that.
I need you to create a balance beam over that roaring fire you have. I'm going to inflate the unicycle tire. I'll be back. I've been terribly burned. I literally don't. I don't even make it 6 inches on the balance beam until I fall immediately into the fire.
Face first. Oh man. Dr. David Platt is a pastor, author, and the president of the Southern Baptist Convention's International Mission Board, which was founded more than 100 years ago to support missions and church planting. We recently talked to David about his new book, Counterculture, and why practices like protecting life, helping refugees, and preaching the Bible are essential even when they aren't always popular. Here is David Platt.
I know that you recently released an updated version of Counterculture. And for people that may be unfamiliar, can you talk about the overall premise of the book and why it needed an update, considering everything that's going on in culture now?
So overall premise of this book is to show, this Counterculture book is to show that the gospel of Christ compels us to live with conviction and compassion and courage in the culture God has put us in, particularly when it comes to the most pressing social issues around us. When we think about social issues in the world, everything from issues like poverty and sex trafficking and slavery and religious liberty to issues concerning sexuality and marriage, the Bible speaks to all these issues, and so the whole picture in the book that I'm trying to communicate is how the gospel frames and shapes our understanding of these issues, but not just our intellectual understanding, but compels us to live in a way that shows the compassion, goodness, truth, and love of Christ to people in the culture around us. So that's the underlying premise of the book. So I'm writing this book primarily for Christians. I want to encourage, challenge Christians to live faithfully in their relationship with Christ in the age and time and place He's put us in. At the same time, I'm hopeful that even non-Christians in reading this book might see why Christians who believe the Bible are so passionate about issues like marriage or abortion or poverty or sex trafficking, religious liberty, and hopefully see a compassion that lies behind what the Bible teaches and what Christians, as a result, believe.
One of the big issues culture and the church is grappling with right at this moment is the refugee crisis. What should a Christian's response be when it comes to forming a biblical perspective on how to handle what's going on right now?
Thank you for asking that, because when I wrote the revision and just updated this book, that was the chapter that I knew I wanted to include, was what is a biblical response to the refugee crisis? Because it's obviously unprecedented, the number of refugees, almost 60 million people today. I mean, never before in history so many people have been displaced, put in danger, forced from their homes. Obviously, we know the picture in Syria and Iraq and different parts of the Middle East, but all around the world. So my concern is, if we're not careful, especially in this culture, in American culture, our views, even in the church, of the refugee crisis can be far more American than they are biblical. So our impulse can be first what's best for the preservation of our country, instead of first what's best for the accomplishment of the Great Commission, the spread of God's grace and love and truth in Christ around the world. And so what I want to encourage, and what I try to do in that chapter, is encourage Christians to not get so caught up in the political punditry and partisan debates. And it's not that politics isn't important. Politics is definitely an important part of any response, even a biblical response to the refugee crisis. And we know Romans 13 teaches that God has established government for the protection of people, for the protection of its citizens, and government's given by God to promote good, restrain evil. So we need to think about the political ramifications here, but our first impulse should also be to, okay, how do we, as the church, love our neighbor as ourselves? And increasingly, our neighbors are from other countries, and even refugees fleeing from other countries. So how do we show the love and grace and mercy of Christ that we clearly see all over Scripture from God toward the refugee? How do we show that in our lives through the church right here in our country? And then how do we take advantage of the opportunities that there are to show God's love and grace and mercy in Christ to people around the world as they're going to places? There are so many people who have not even had access to the good news of God's love in Christ in countries where they lived, and now they've come out from those countries and they have access for the first time to the good news of God's love in Christ. So I pray that we as a church might show in the middle of this refugee crisis that good news of hope and love that are in Christ alone.
Another one of the issues that, we've seen even since probably the first edition has come out has really been in the forefront of not just the news, but what's happening in culture is racial tension and racial injustice. What should the church's response be coming from that perspective, where you kind of put, the different social and political baggage aside and say, okay, what does the Bible say? What should Christians' response be to the racial injustice and racial tension we're seeing in America right now?
I'm so glad you asked about that, because that's definitely one of the areas where we updated some in the book because of recent issues over the last couple of years that, again, are opportunities in a sense. So I want to be careful in the use of that word, because these tragic things we've seen in our culture and realities that have come to the surface that are not good, that are evil realities when it comes to prejudice and social systems that reflect that prejudice. But the opportunity is there for the church. The church has a very countercultural view, in a sense, on race. The church, and that's part of what I walk through in that chapter, is that the Bible starts with the foundation that we are all created in the image of God, that we're really of the same race in the sense of the human race, with dignity and respect. And so, and as a result of that, we then view others with a picture of unity and diversity. So yes, we've got diverse backgrounds and experiences, and we don't gloss over those, but there's a fundamental unity that we don't start from a position of racial divide. You're this race, I'm this race. Like, we're actually a part of the same race. And the whole picture of the gospel is that Christ has come to bring together people from all the peoples and ethnicities in the world. So what I walk through in that chapter is how the gospel reshapes the fundamental foundations of the conversation about race that lead to fundamental differences in the way we show love and mercy, and we run from all prejudice. And what I try to do in the book is try to think through, okay, what does that mean practically in our lives? What does that mean in our families? What does that mean in the church? Because we're intended to be salt and light on this issue. And the opportunity is there for us to be salt and light on this issue if we will take advantage of that opportunity.
One of the things is like the takeaway. So like once you start kind of like developing this biblical perspective and maybe reframing your thoughts about an issue, whether it be race or refugees, not from a political perspective, but one of, that comes from Scripture first. What's the next step? Like, what are practical steps in terms of taking action and activism or applying these truths as a Christian in day-to-day life?
I'm so glad you asked that. And one of the things I try to do in this counterculture book is at the end of every chapter, so just walk through, okay, so how does Scripture shape the way we think about abortion, poverty, sex trafficking, orphans and widows, race, religious liberty, sexuality. At the end of each of those chapters, though, there's like practical, and I'm trying to weave this throughout, just practical examples, but then at the end, just practical steps that affect, okay, how does this affect the way I pray? And that is maybe a practical step that we underestimate. It's like, okay, no, but I mean, really, what can I do? And we have this tendency to underestimate the role that, and the means that prayer is, the means by which we participate with God and what God's doing around the world. So when it comes to refugees, like, we can be a part of what God's doing by interceding for people who are in rafts in the middle of the Aegean Sea right now through our prayers in our homes. So to pray, so try to help drive people to pray. And then the process of praying always leads to seeing with God's perspective these things that are going around in the world that then lead us to, and so we walk through at the end of each chapter and walk through how to participate, just practical ways that you can begin to address some of these issues right around you and the community where you live and the city where God has put you in. And then in the middle of that, how do you proclaim the truth of the gospel in a compelling way, in a way that shows and displays the love and the goodness and the grace of Christ. And then the very end of the book, just try to walk through. When it comes down to, if we're not careful, we can be paralyzed. We look at all these social issues around us, and we can say, well, what can I do about sex trafficking, abortion, poverty, religious liberty and persecution, and on, refugee crisis that affects 60 million people. Like, what can I really do? And the challenge at the end of the book is just ultimately just do something, like act, take one step, and time and place and particular position God's put you in, and see where that leads in this way or that way. If we're not careful, instead of taking those steps actively, we'll passively kind of retreat and say, oh, then I can't do everything, so I won't do anything. And that misses the whole point of what God has designed for our lives in this culture.
Well, one of the, I think, maybe for the challenges of a Christian wrestling with a lot of these different issues is inevitably there's going to be times when one Christian reads Scripture and applies it in a way, and another one reads it and applies it in a different way. And they're coming from the same source of truth, but coming to different conclusions. So maybe one says, well, I think, helping widows and orphans involves these government programs, or I think helping them involves these charitable programs. There are numerous examples of how people could come to different conclusions. So what does disagreement in the church look like? Because I feel like that's one thing that, even with people going to the Scriptures and going to the source, that's inevitably going to happen when they're wrestling with nuanced modern issues that aren't maybe directly addressed in Scripture in the way that it's applicable now. So what does that disagreement look like in the church?
Great question, because that's where, and I appreciate even the way you phrased the question, because definitely when we're talking about application of the Bible to these issues, there's going to be difference. And what's important is, okay, we study the Scriptures, and when it comes to our interpretation, like understanding of what the Bible is saying, like life is valuable, dignified. Men are created by God in this way. Women created by God in this way. So we dive into the Scripture. We see the truth of what it says, and then say, okay, how do we apply that truth in different ways? And those are such good conversations for us to be having in the church. And so the more we have those conversations in healthy ways where we say, when I think about how to apply that truth in this way, this comes to my mind and this comes to someone else's mind. And for us to be able to have that kind of dialogue, think wisely through those things. And then it becomes these are wisdom issues. Okay, how do you best address poverty? And wisdom issues that in an imperfect world of fallen creatures who don't understand everything and are not all wise, then we're going to have different views on that. And we're going to, at some points, agree to disagree on certain things. But the key is we're doing that in the context of trust in the Word, not twisting the Word to make it kind of say what we wanted to say, but trust in God's Word, and then wanting to live faithfully in the world. And I think in the end, nothing but good will come from the church having trust in the Word and wanting to faithfully apply it in the world. Even though that looks different in different people's lives, their application of truth and how to address these issues, the good thing is we'll find ourselves working together to make the truth of God's Word known in the world around us. And we'll have, I hope, a humble sense of, hey, I don't have it all figured out. I don't know how to solve this or that, but a humble trust that God and His sovereign creativity is going to use His people in this way or that way to address these issues in a way that hopefully will prove to be salt and light, in a way that people see our lives and the culture and see the goodness and the glory of God in the process.
That was David Platt. Stay tuned. Up next, Kim Walker-Smith joins us again. You're listening to Hymbree. The song is Holy Water. See, again, I just scour iTunes for any sort of spiritual or religious references. You know, oh, hallelujah, this one must be a good one. Oh, Holy Water.
Guess not.
No.
Holy Water is about a whole different thing.
Kim Walker-Smith, when she was coming through town, she was out on the Outcry tour with like Elevation Worship and a bunch of amazing artists. They were coming through. She said they were about 2 weeks into the tour. They got a little ways to go. She is 8 months pregnant with kid number 3, maybe 7 months pregnant. It was remarkable. She's out touring, people. Go support her tour.
Hold on.
It's crazy.
How old pregnant is she?
Like 7 months.
And when are you going to Montana?
She told me, I said, hey, I want to see your husband soon. And she goes, yeah. When he asked me, he had that look in his eyes of like, please, 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 I want to go. And it's kind of near the delivery date or the birthday.
So he's definitely going to have like some sort of like.
But it's like kid number 3. She's like, you've earned it. It's fine. You know, like I got this. Go have fun.
He's going to call her the second night and be like, listen, the trip's getting cut short, canceled. Evidently, one of the guys was pretty badly burned all over his body. So we're going to go ahead and bag this thing because it's not looking good for that guy. So they're going to, there's this being investigated. So,
it'll be a beautiful tribute for Kim to name her kid Jesse.
The fire marshal's on there, and there's, really kind of shut down some of the fun. I mean, he took a unicycle to the face.
And you just got to talk over him because he's not going to stop.
Anyway, I'm coming home. I mean, his hands didn't even come close to catching him. It was face to fire. It was something. I've never seen that.
What I love,
know it was possible.
What I love is the thought of one of Kim's fans downloading this episode and like fast forwarding to find her song, and then like heard the end of that right before her song started. Has no idea what this podcast is.
We were about an hour into the trip when he decided to build a balance beam over a fire. And, I've never seen someone. It was like he didn't even have arms. He did not catch himself. His arms, remarkably, his hands will be fine. It's his face we're concerned about because it was right into the fire, right in there, all the way to the unicycle. The balance beam fell on him too. And, right in the back.
And then this elk came out of nowhere because of the smell.
You wouldn't believe it. An elk that I think he took a bite of earlier came and mauled him pretty badly. It's a whole thing. They got the game warden and they decided to shut this down this year. Now, this is not the year, guys.
Well, that is probably the most unique intro that she's ever had. Here is Kim Walker-Smith.
I've I've encountered something I cannot deny. Lord, I believe it. Living water pouring into my life. Oh, I receive it. You are moving, overflowing. I am changed by a love that will never run dry. Spirit of God, come alive in me. I want to live in your reality. Give me a glimpse into eternity. Into eternity. Diving deeper, thirsty for all that you are. Pull me closer, all consuming, running after your heart. Take me further. You are moving, overflowing. I am changed by a love that will never run dry. Spirit of God, come alive in me. I want to live in your reality. Give me a glimpse into eternity. I want to see the way your eyes have seen. I want to live in your reality. Give me a glimpse into eternity. You are greater than my wildest dreams. You are more than any song could sing. Can't contain all the joy you bring. Oh, I'm dancing. Oh, Spirit of God, come alive in me. I want to live in your reality. Give me a glimpse into eternity. I want to see the way your eyes have seen. I want to live in your reality. Give me a glimpse into eternity. Into eternity. Into eternity.
That was Kim Walker Smith. Stay tuned. Up next, your feedback.
Don't let nobody know. Let's keep it on the low. There's lies here, lies here. We'll lay back and play the game. And there's lies here, lies here. Ain't no need to play it safe. Keep it secret, baby. They don't have to know.
You're listening to Syd, S-Y-D, if you're trying to Google it. The song is No, like know how to spell Syd. Okay, it's time for your feedback. Before we get going, do we have any corrections and apologies, Eddie? Any live ones?
I wouldn't, ever.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like sorry to Prop a little bit. I mean, it was a lot of his time. I feel like a lot of dumb jokes. He had to say like, wow, a bunch of times. So sorry, Prop.
Sorry to Prop.
Yeah, sorry, man. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Well, last week on the show, we asked you, we got talking to comedian John Crist, who's a Christian culture
I love
savant.
that guy.
That was hilarious. What a great show.
Oh, he was great.
We got talking about growing up in Christian world and Christian bookstores, and there was always this poster, like to help the parents, buy the right Christian music for their kids. If your kid or if you like so and so secular band, they'll like so and so Christian band. And so we got talking. These charts probably haven't been updated. The one we found on the internet was like 11, 12 years old. We thought we need to update the Christian music comparison charts. So we asked you, what Christian artists compare to mainstream artists, and then also what mainstream artists offer an alternative to Christian bands. Like if you love Kim Walker Smith, you'll like Adele, that sort of a thing. You guys went over to the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. You also hit us up on Twitter at relevantpodcast. Here are a few of our favorites.
David said that if you like Toby Mac, you'll like Justin Timberlake. If you like David Crowder, you'll like Chris Stapleton.
Okay.
If you
I like that. That's good.
Britt Nicole, you'll like Miley Cyrus. If you like Katie Hudson, you'll like Katy Perry. And I add for the Toby. If you like Toby Mac, you'll like Justin Timberlake. You'll also like Disappointment.
I saw a number of people said if you like the secular band Switchfoot, you'll like the Christian band Switchfoot.
Right. Yeah. Didn't. Corbin said if you like Kings of Leon, you'll like Need to Breathe.
Leon, not Leon.
What?
Leon the lion.
If you like the Avett Brothers, you may like Me Without You. I don't know. But here's the punchline. If you like Nickelback, you'll surely love the fiery depths of Eternal Damnation.
Oh, my goodness.
So Corbin just went for it.
Subtlety.
Corbin.
Subtlety.
If you're a fan of Taylor Swift, we recommend Katie Hudson. You got a little beef there. She's not in the score.
Who said that? You didn't say who said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was Eric, and I just added the beef thing because they really are beefing.
I don't even understand.
Ain't pretty between Katie and Tay-Tay.
People are interested. People are interesting on feedback because I thought it was more like a joke, but then some people really went for it.
Yeah. Well, so maybe there's some real recommendations. So help me discover some Christian artists.
Well, I mean, Jeremy Richardson, and I'm going to have to flip his backwards, said if you like Elton John, you'll like Keith Green. If you like Kansas, you'll like Petra. I'm like barely getting any of these references. I mean, I know Elton John. If you like the Carpenters, you'll like Second Chapter of Acts. Is that a band?
Yeah.
If you like Patti LaBelle, you'll like Sandy Patty. Like,
I think that's just a name one.
Were these jokes?
I think maybe.
Nailed it,
okay,
Jeremy.
I have to read feedback related to the question that I laughed at pretty hard. This is from Michael Basinger on Twitter. Did you guys see this?
No.
Okay, he said Cameron, he was laughing at, I'm kind of paraphrasing here his set of tweets. He was laughing at your comment. We talked about Bass Pro Shop last week. And Cameron, you made a comment how, people could just go on vacation there because we were talking about swimming with the bass.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
redneck vacation.
They jumped in the aquarium and we said, the joke was it could be like SeaWorld where people vacation to Bass Pro Shop. To
redneck SeaWorld. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So here's Michael's story. He said he spent 3 days at Bass Pro Shop for their grand opening. 6 to 8 hours there per day. Parents bought a fishing-themed living room. He actually went on a family vacation to Bass Pro Shop. 3 days. He ate this is his tweets. He ate multiple meals at the restaurants inside the store. One of my brothers got a haircut at the barber shop there.
I didn't know they had a barber shop.
Trip ever.
Yeah, seriously.
They have a barber shop? And how do you spend 8 times 24 hours in one store?
It's a super
But imagine
shop.
if your parents pitched that to you, like, "Hey, pack up the car, kids. We're going to Bass Pro Shop." Oh, cool for the for a couple hours this afternoon for 3 days, entire 3 days, just wandering the aisles of Bass Pro Shop.
Just one day, and then go see other things in the area. Like go. I don't know. Everywhere has something
go
to
bass
see.
Fishing, like you go outside. Don't just wander the halls of Bass Pro Shop. Like I feel like I could cover every inch of the floor in like 2 hours if I really wanted to.
That's what I'm saying. Like in an 8-hour day, you're done. I mean, I think there's nothing more to see. What are you doing when you come back day 2? Let alone day 3? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, there you go. Well, there's a lot more suggestions where those came from. You can check them out on last week's podcast episode page. Okay, it's time for this week's
editorial question of the week. Hey.
Well, like Weezer told us at the top of the show, it's feeling like summer.
You love Weezer, Jesse, so much. They got to be on the cover ASAP.
I've tried.
We know.
Knows.
We know. And well documented. Well documented.
So, it's feeling like summer. And Michael's story got us thinking about vacations and summer vacations. Colleges are letting out. Kids are getting out of school. Families are thinking about where they're going to go.
Yeah.
Or even if not your family, we're going to go by yourself. Just even if it's down the road to have some pizza with strangers.
We got to leave the kids and wife behind.
Right.
I got to meet a dude about a unicycle.
Right. So it got us thinking about vacation. And Michael's story definitely made us think about worst vacation stories. So for this week's question of the week, we want to know your worst summer vacation story.
Like humorously worse, not like, oh man, we took a cross country flight and Granny died on there.
Right. I'm just saying right now it's all fun and games until after Montana.
That was literally the worst. Like a family member died on board.
Right.
Like, we don't.
Yeah, no.
Actually, you know what? I'm fine with this. Bring him on.
Okay.
The more tragic and not funny, the better.
Oh my goodness.
We'll have Chandler read them slowly.
Yeah. All the ones that are actually truly tragic, Chandler will read.
Yeah, those
and
are
all the ones that are funny, we'll read.
Yeah, but with no upswing at the end. It's just tough.
Just we end it. Like we'll do ours, and then we end it with Chandler saying the ones that are truly tragic, and then the music will play, and the show's over.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day.
Right. Oh, happy Father's Day. We miss Granny.
Yeah, I miss so much.
Her doctor said she shouldn't have gone, and really should have listened.
Well, tell us your stories. You can either tweet us at Relevant Podcast, or if you need a little more elbow room for your stories, you can go to the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com and post in the comments there. I'm assuming you will. I mean, if your worst vacation story ever is under 140 characters, it's not a good story.
Yeah. So. No, keep it tidy, because Renner's not reading this. Or DM them if they're real long to Chandler. He'll read those
Chandler,
too.
yeah.
He's actually the next podcast after props. It's just Chandler reading some really
depressing things,
really sad feedback.
Oh my goodness. That actually would be crazy.
Then it's the Unicast.
Yeah,
I talk about all things unicycle. Got one wheel, and guys, I have no idea what else.
Yeah.
I've covered everything. It's a pole with a wheel on it. What do you want from me?
What else?
One wheel off the rails. It's the Unicast.
So guys, welcome to episode 1 of the Unicast. I'm at a loss. I have nothing. I know nothing about unicycles. I don't know why I signed up for this. I don't even know who invented it. We can speculate. Why did they invent it? Bicycle's way better. Who invented it and why? It's a terrible invention. It's impossible to balance on it. What kind of sociopath built the unicycle? I hate this podcast. Goodbye.
Thanks to our guests for joining us. Kim Walker-Smith's new album, On My Side, is out now. Go check it out. And David Platt's new book, Counterculture, Following Christ in an Anti-Christian Age, is also out now. Go check that out as well. Many thanks to our show sponsors for making the episode possible. Remember, to get $30 off your first week of deliveries, visit HelloFresh.com and enter offer code RELEVANT30 when you subscribe, and then post on your Instagram stories the process of making food and how good it looks at the end, like I do, because it is really, it's a treat. It's a treat. I came home last night. There was a new box. I'm excited. I'm going home. I'm going to go home tonight and make some fajitas. Thanks also to Storyworth. Remember, you can get $20 off your Storyworth subscription by visiting storyworth.com/relevant. Makes a great Father's or Mother's Day gift, especially for my father, and he will be getting that. Hey, while you're online doing stuff, head over to iTunes, and if you like the show, leave a review. Maybe don't mention specific plot points from this episode, but if you like what we're doing here, leave us a review.
Like past episodes, please leave a review.
Because we have to they do an audit every year to make sure we belong in the Christianity category, and we're hoping they don't.
That's why we talked David Platt on it coming today.
Yeah, that's right. That's why they don't pick this show.
Also, while you're online, head over to relevantmagazine.com and subscribe. You can get the magazine now. The new issue with Maggie Rogers is out. I think you'll like it a lot. Go check it out, relevantmagazine.com. On that note...
But it's weird. Don't you have to say, like, we're a part of the Relevant Podcast Network? Because it's like the main site just became a multi-site. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
church,
it's weird.
That's church lingo that you're talking about.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is, like, this is the first podcast, but it's still like...
Funny you should say that, because... at the end of the show, they're going to hear something along those lines. So,
there'll be like a tag.
There's a new tag.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
yes.
All the shows have the tag, the same tag.
Oh, interesting.
Like,
I guess I should delete the one I recorded then, huh?
It was filthy.
Yeah.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, I recorded one too that was not even listened to before it was thrown in the garbage.
Actually, it's true. He really did. He wasn't sure if we were going to be able to do the voiceover in time, so he went ahead and proactively recorded one himself.
Oh man,
I thought it was good, but
it was excellent.
It was fine.
It would be jarring though if
it might be confusing, but
it would be jarring that at the beginning of the end of the Shauna Niequist podcast, Jesse, acting like a real broadcaster, comes on.
Yeah.
I'll let the listeners decide.
You've been listening to the Shauna Niequist podcast.
How now, brown cow? Hold on. I'll tell you when I'm ready. Okay. Thank you for...
You do not have a voice for it.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to the Sean and Nyquist podcast. There we go. How was that?
I thought it was great.
It was excellent. You're a professional broadcaster.
Be sure to check out more
natural.
shows from the Relevant Podcast Network.
I can't wait for the Unipod. I can't wait for the Unicast or the Unipod or whatever it's called.
RelevantMagazine.com.
Tell
me one take.
One take carry. All right, on that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Eddie Koffel.
I'm Chandler String.
I'm Jesse Carey.
And for our good friend Propaganda, we'll see you next week.
Which way is the graveyard? I'm an iceberg with the warm heart. I'm spiritual, not religious. I'm a Libra, if it matters. Shattered by an email, your words will fade away. Castle built in the sand will only last one day.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
Cameron, I need you to create a balance beam over that roaring fire you have. I'm going to inflate the unicycle tire. I'll be back.